Hello and welcome to Truth Seeker Psychic Readings, reminding you of who you really are. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If it's your first time, I hope you really like it. So this is a reading for Pisces for July 2020. So let's get straight into it. Okay, Pisces, hello. You have the Lovers in reverse. Okay, we have two meanings here today. So the first thing for some of you is that you may be having some troubles with your relationship, with what has been a beautiful, blessed relationship, and things have changed suddenly and you're questioning yourself. Okay. The second thing is in terms of your passion and your love for life, and that there is some sort of a block for you in terms of realizing what it is that you want the most. What is your heart's desire? What does your soul yearn for? Some sort of a block. Okay, so we're going to address the first thing. We're going to address for those that are having issues with their relationship and what this means and how you can get through it. So these are the four cards that follow for the month. Okay, the first card we look at is the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is very much about the home, okay, about security, about family. The home represents a safe haven. It represents a base, a security, somewhere we go to feel happy, to feel secure, to feel calm, to feel at home. So Ten of Pentacles reminds us that we have a beautiful home and we have a beautiful family, and we have those that care for us, and we have nurturing, and we have growth, and we have stability. Okay, we have balance with the scales here, but the home as depicted in this picture, there's an upside down home here on the frame. And what that tells me is that there can be upheaval in the home. When you have upheaval, in order to create a doorway to move through it, you need to address it and not pretend like it's not there. The energy you hold in your home, Pisces, is significant to where you go in your life, okay? So if you have good energy in your home, if things are flowing well, you'll find that career, that relationships, that any other friendships and other areas of your life will just tend to flow, okay? And it's much easier. But when there is blocks within your home, there can be a problem elsewhere. So this is a reminder for you that the home life is sacred to you, and you need to keep it that way, and you need to hold a space for yourself that is happy and that is going to reflect the rest of your life, and you're creating a doorway here to move through, okay, to move into the future with. When we're talking about love relationships, I feel like some of you have this idea that, if you move in together, things are going to be amazing and fantastic. All I want to say is that I feel like you need to slow it down a little bit. I feel like maybe you need the relationship to mature just a little bit more, get to know them a little bit more. Could even mean that you just need to sit down and have a conversation with that person about, what it is that your expectations are in the home, or at least what are your standards. I don't really like the word expectations, but standards. What are your standards? These are the needs and wants that you have within the home life. What's going to work for you? Simple things like, who does the dishes, what time I go to bed, when you need sleep, when you need your alone time, where's there a place within the home you can go to have your own space. All these things are really important, because even though you're living together, you're still two whole individual beings, and you need to be independent and have your own life. So yeah, quick one just to make sure that you are not jumping into a home situation with your loved one, because it could cause some turmoil if you are in the early stages of your relationship and you're trying to move in real quick. Okay, so moving forward, the home is also a place where we want to feel happy and loved, and there is a problem in the home in terms of some of your relationships. So I would make sure that you just communicate, okay? Because what are you afraid of, Pisces? What is it that you fear? You're such an adaptable person, okay? The Piscean can flow and get into the depths and go so far and so deep, but holding back is not your true nature. You need to release what is inside of you, the emotions, the things that you fear. You need to talk about it and communicate with your partner or with your family the problems that you're having, why you're not happy. You need to address that, okay? So we're going on with the theme of partnerships and the reason why you feel not yourself, or that you feel like there is a problem between you and your partner and it's something that you need to work through. Okay, so King of Swords is the leader. It is the determined one. It is the person that is in control of what the mind, because swords is mind and it is the intellect and spirituality as well. So you have a direct link. You have to the spirit world. Pisces, you are at the end of the zodiac, and Piscean represents the human organism moving through life, who has moved through life and is at the end stages and is about to go into rebirth and rejuvenate. So that is who you are, and you have that beautiful link. So meditate, guys. Do some sort of practice that you enjoy. It doesn't have to be meditation. It could be yoga. It could be just being in nature, but connecting with spirit is something that is going to help improve your life. I feel like the King of Swords with this in the middle of your month means that you are quite determined to achieve something, but I just feel some of you are pushing your relationship status or that your love life aside and not giving it the kind of appreciation and attention it deserves. So it's not all about you this month. You need to include your loved one in your wins, okay, because they want to be included. There is a lot of work to do in terms of some of you with relationship. I feel like you don't need to work too hard at it because you're going to get what you put in, okay? So you've put in a lot in the past. You've given a lot of yourself, okay? You've dedicated a lot. Now you're a little bit frustrated because, you know, your relationship is not what it once was. But all you need to come back to is why you got into it, why you started, okay? And then you'll realize that either there is a new beginning for the two of you or there's a new beginning for you. But that's your decision, okay? Because the death card symbolizes a rebirth, a transformation. And how symbolic for a Piscean, because you are at the end of the zodiac and you represent the end of the life and rebirth into the spirit world. And that is exactly this here. So you are perfect at regenerating and recreating yourself. Yeah. So the second aspect I want to look at here for you guys is the love of thyself, and it could be similar. You know, it doesn't have to be that much different. But the thing that you are doubting is that there is something within you saying you're not feeling as passionate. You're not feeling like you feel like there's something missing here in July. Pisces, you feel like there needs to be more to life. You know, it can't just be this rat race. It can't just be this never-ending cycle. You can create a love so deep within yourself that it reflects on your home life, loving the home, that it creates empowerment within you, that you are going to work and feeling liberated because you love who you are and you love who you do and your projects and what you work on, which is 8 of Pentacles, something that you are focused on, connected to the home, mind you, over here. And this is a beautiful connection. And what that does is it helps release you. It helps release that soul, allowing it to flourish and grow and move to the next level, okay? So those of you that are having trouble with relationships, make sure that you don't ignore that, because this month it's calling you to communicate and unblock the blocks. Because even though home is good, you know, you're determined and you're connected and you are working to strive to achieve something that is going to be transformational, okay? Even though you have that, you still can't neglect that one thing, because it essentially is still sort of, there is a residue hanging around on you, and it is rubbing off, and it is tarnishing a little bit of these great things that you want to achieve and these things that you have in your life. So remove that block, communicate with your loved one, communicate with your partner, communicate with your family, talk about your problems. Don't sweep it under the rug. It is not something that you need to neglect. It is a time for you to come together and to re-emerge and find what it was that you guys had and bring it back together. I really don't feel like this is a time for separation. I feel like this is a time to be together. But however, for those of you Pisceans, that you feel you've done everything you can, that you've tried to resolve the home issues, that you've been that determined, strong person and connected, and you've made those connections to spirit, and you feel like within you you're making the right choice, and you feel like, you know, the work life has been affected and you've done everything you can and it's time to move on, then that's your decision. That's entirely your decision to make. But all I'm saying is that it always starts with the self, okay? The love that you give yourself is the freedom that you give yourself to have an amazing home, be determined, have great work life, transform and change and grow. Okay, so you want to be in a partnership that supports that. If your partnership doesn't support that, you've communicated and there's issues there, then you have to relook at it. You have to understand why you came together. You have to be on the same page. Okay, so for many of you, you will be able to successfully reintegrate your relationship or the thing that is lacking or missing in your life. Okay, but for many of you, you may decide that it is time to move on, and that is ultimately your decision. The choices we make shape our lives, and we have many paths, and this is just one or two of them that you can take. Okay, but very important that you remember that the love that you have for yourself is the most important thing in the world. It starts with you. Once you have that, everything in your life flows perfectly. And that plan you have in your head of that amazing home, that determined Piscean, that hard worker that wants to achieve, that person that wants to grow and be reborn and change, that is all within your grasp. That is all here. It is telling you, you can reach it. You can do it, Pisces. I believe in you. You just need to have faith in yourself. Remember why you started. Be passionate. Understand who you are. Connect with that. Spend the time with yourself, okay? I love you all. You guys are amazing. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading.